Namaskar and good morning to everyone. Today we are honored to have with us the iconic personality of India and honorable member of Rajya Sabha, Dr. Sonal Mansingh. She is an Indian classical dancer who has mastered multiple Indian classical dance forms from different parts of India like Bharatanatyam, Odissi and Chow. I feel privileged and at the same time at loss of words to introduce a living legend whose contribution to the world of art is unfathomable. It is not only limited to classical dance, she is also a Sanskrit scholar and a social activist. She is a great scholar and seasoned art administrator who has performed, given lectures, and conducted workshops for budding artists across the globe. Today, she will share her thoughts on the classical dance as a mode of expression of Indian philosophical heritage under India Ireland Friendship Lecture Series. For her contributions towards promoting classical dances, she has received accolades from many national and international organizations. She was the youngest recipient of Padma Bhushan in 1992 and became the first Indian woman dancer to be awarded with Padma Vibhushan in 2003. She is also the awardee of the Sangeet Natak Academy Ratna. She is one of the Navratnas for Bharat Mission nominated by the Honorable Prime Minister of India. In 1977, Dr. Mansingh founded the Center for Indian Classical Dance in New Delhi to train students in Indian classical dance and has trained several talented performers who are carrying the message of Indian culture all over the world. She has served as chairperson of National Sangeet Natak Academy and is serving second term as trustee of Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts. Now I would request His Excellency the Ambassador of India to welcome Dr. Sonal Mansingh to share her thoughts with us on the topic today.
Namaskar, my warm greetings to all from Dublin, Ireland. It's a great privilege for us as Indian Ambassador to welcome Honorable respected Dr. Sonal Mansingh ji. We are truly honored and truly touched by your kindness in accepting our invitation because the theme that we wanted you to speak is not an easy one, because Indian philosophy is not like any other countries or any other parts of the world's philosophy. Indian philosophy and Indian cultural tradition, the ethos is very unique. And to me, the uniqueness of Indian philosophical thought process is the deep understanding of the unity and incredible diversity of appearance. And the foundational concept, the centrality of Brahma is so unique, so wonderful, from which the concept of Brahma, from which entire creation emerges and eventually dissolves. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. So that itself, original point itself is all energy, all consciousness and infinitude of bliss, Sat Chit Anand. And also the entire knowledge is unified in that seed. Brahma Vidya, Sarva Vidya Pratishtha. So entire knowledge and the perspective of Indian philosophy or Indian, I call Bharatiya Sanatan Vedic Darshan or Vedic Dharma, is not limited to the Western word philosophy or religion. Whatever is seen by the eyes or even not perceived by our senses is seen as all manifestation of the same one. Sarvendriya Gunabhasam Sarvendriya Vivarjitam. Similarly, the Indian rishis also told us about artistic creativity. All artistic creativity is essentially recreation of the artist by the perceived reality of the original creation. So that is also unified in a single whole. About the performing arts, about the knowledge of performing arts, Bharat Muni in his Natya Shastra very proudly, very boldly proclaimed, na tat jnanam, na tat shilpam, na sa vidya, na sa kala, na sa yogo, na tat karma, natyesmin yan na drishyate. There is no wisdom, no learning, no craft, no art, no action which is unimportant to an artist, and therefore something which can be neglected by a real great artist. So everything has to be valuable and valued to an artist. Sarva shastrani, shilpani, karmani, vividhani cha, natyesmin sametani, tasmad etan maya kritam. Indian dance is not gymnastics or acrobatics or even Western ballet, mere aesthetic or pleasing movement of the body, but the bodily expression of a very profound philosophical vision and worldview. That is why we feel truly honored to have someone like Dr. Sonal Mansingh ji to illuminate us about her wisdom and her concept of philosophy and dance, and how dance has been a very potent, very effective vehicle for nurturing, preserving, and propagating Indian philosophy, Indian culture. Honorable Dr. Sonal Mansingh ji is not merely an outstanding performer or a great guru, but also she is also like foremost, as former Director General of ICCR. I am aware that she is one of the real outstanding foremost exponent of the wholeness of the entire organic ecosystem, entirety of the dance that is represented. The social, cultural, philosophical, religious, economic, political, it has an entirety and wholeness to her personality and her wisdom. That is why it's a truly honor for us to have you. You are not only the most effective, most eloquent communicator, but a true thought leader in contemporary India, a true living legend. It's a great privilege for us to welcome you. Thank you so much, Dr. Mansingh.
Namaskar, namaskar. Can you put me on, please? I cannot thank, I want to see myself. Is it possible? I really have no words to thank you, Ambassador Mishra ji. And I'm delighted to be a part of this link, this chain you have created, where one can share one's ideas, one's thoughts, one's observations. You said that Brahma is the seed. Exactly. From that seed, the great tree of creation comes about. And on every branch, there are so many twigs and leaves and flowers and fruits. And once again, the fruits and flowers, they distribute the more seeds and more trees come up, but from that one. Now, this philosophy at once is so easy to grasp, and yet, I would say not difficult, but incomprehensible, because we are not gifted with huge vision of creation. We can't even look at the sky properly and decipher the gati, the placement and the speed of the planetary systems. So what to speak of the creation, which is aseem, is limitless, the ever-expanding space. Anyhow, the Indian mind at once has been very inquisitive, thoughtful, joyous, and it learned, the Indian mind, it learned to put bindu mein sindhu, meaning an entire ocean in one drop, gagar mein sagar, and in the little pot of water, and again the entire ocean. So what I mean to say is that the Indian mind created symbols of what they understood, what they saw, what they observed, and the observations continued down centuries, millennia, to create that vision, that sutra, that adage, that device by which we could slightly comprehend the absolute incomprehensible, the jigsaw puzzle, as I call it always. And the jigsaw puzzle, in very simple words for me, I wrote, why this creation? What do we mean by creation? We use that word, we throw that word, creation. What is creation? And then, who am I? The exact question that has been asked again and again by scientists, by philosophers, by artists, by everyone. And then, what is space and what is time? Which came first, the space or time? And then the sukha dukkha, the binaries. So I'll come to that, but let me begin with the Big Bang, creation. And the Big Bang sounds, I would say very dry. We call that the dance of Shiva Nataraja. And the beautiful bronzes of Shiva Nataraja, I think, exist in almost every big and small museum of the world. Why is that? This is Shiva Nataraja, what you see on the screen. The dancing god, Shiva, as Nataraja, the king of dancers. And dancer is not only, as Ambassador said, athletics, sports, gymnastics, aerobics, acrobatics. No. Dance, for us Indians, as the totality of everything, as he again quoted the shloka, the verse from Natya Shastra. Everything that can be possible by human mind, by human hands. That is the sculpture and painting and weaving and dancing and music and literature, poems. Every act, everything contains dance. There's nothing that dance doesn't have. And dance as natya, which is also what in West you will call theater. But in that one word, natya, comes everything. The abhinaya, the expressions, the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual moments which are shared. And when they are shared, they become dance. They become music. And it is, I would say in one word, our dance is lived philosophy. It is not just read, it is just not written, it is just not heard, but it is danced and sung. It is joyous. And this is where the dance of Nataraja, as you see, the perfect harmony, the perfect geometry. This is the Nataraja idol, the statue, bronze, that was presented to CERN outside Geneva, the great big nuclear organization, by our late Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 2004 on 18th June. Why? And it's a 6 feet bronze, which is kept with great reverence and respect in CERN. So what has nuclear organization got to do with Nataraj? Let's see. Now, the first thing is, exactly, go back with it. The first thing I want to explain is that the surrounding circle has flames. That is from the darkness of nothingness, as we call, the one Brahman, something unknown, unknowable, unfathomable, but there is that. And when that begins to become manifested, then the fire, the flames, that is to show the manifested creation. And now let me go back to that each hand, each arm, what it carries, and why do we show this? They're very popular with dancers and with painters and with sculptors. Oh my God. And Dr. Ananda Kumaraswamy, the great scholar from Ceylon, now Sri Lanka, his Dance of Shiva, that beautiful article he wrote. And who have not written about Shiva? So let's go to his right upper arm, which carries damaru, a cylindrical drum. It is thin and then it fans out. And it is held in the center and played. Dug, 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 bum, 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 dum, 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 damaru. This is the first sound vibration, because the theory of vibration is what everyone believes in, scientists and etymologists and artists, everyone. The sound vibrations, they are everywhere, spread out in the cosmos, in space. That's the first sound vibration. Next, we see the left upper arm, fire. Fire, light, no darkness, it is light, it is lit, manifestation. And also then in normal parlance, it removes darkness, it removes ignorance, because when your mind is lit with knowledge, there is no avidya, no agyan, no ignorance. Lack of knowledge creates problems, as we know. So the left upper arm holds fire. And now we come to the right lower hand, which shows Abhaya Mudra. Abhaya, fear not. There's nothing to fear. I'm there. The Parashakti, superpower is there. Don't worry. And the lower hand points to the right foot that we will see now. But the entire posture is like the elephant's trunk. It's called Kari Hasta. Kari is elephant, and like the trunk of the elephant. Very beautifully. Look, if you can see the fingers, the casting of the bronze is so exquisite. Now we go down. Okay, we go up. The little red mark, if you see on the forehead in the middle, that's the third eye. Third eye. I think every ancient and modern religion or philosophy recognizes that this is the seat of the mystery of space, of creation in the human body. This is, what shall I say? It is the Agya Chakra. You know, chakras, they say 6 chakras is chakra. And the point here in the middle, from where actually our breath goes in and comes out. This is the most important point. And we in India, we apply the tilak. So each time we press it, the energy emanates. And the third eye of Shiva and of Devi, the consort, the Shakti, if that opens, then there is fire. And that fire is to burn down all the akarmas, kukarmas, all the imbalances that come again and again in creation. So this is a third eye of Shiva. And on the head, there is a crown of, what shall I say, the leaves. And there is a serpent, the cobra, and his hair, his matted locks are flying because he is dancing. It is not a static posture. And then we come down to the right foot, as I had mentioned. It is stamping on the spine of this little gnarled figure. And this figure is called Apasmara Purusha. Ignorance as symbolized in this figure. And Shiva is pressing, as you see, on the spine, from where the Kundalini rises. And this is entire Nataraja figure done. Entire Nataraja figure symbolizes that first Big Bang theory. It symbolizes the cosmic dance of Shiva, the cosmic moment of manifestation, the first sound vibration, light, and everything that can make the universe a happy place. This now is Ardhanarishwar. So that God particle, as they say in the West now, they had to somehow, come to terms. So they said God particle. Sometimes somebody says ghost particle. Doesn't matter. That God particle, according to our seers and sages, who in their deepest meditation could see things, they created the symbol Ardhanarishwar, perfectly balanced female and male principles. Shakti to the left with the red dhoti, and Shiva to the right, the male. So the male and female conjoined to create life, to create universe. And I mean, it's just so amazing. I've seen that in Elephanta, in the huge monolithic stone carvings. I've seen them in bronzes. I've seen them in paintings. I've seen them on my saris. So one thing that we also need to appreciate, that all this is not just in books and in paintings and sculpture. We live with them. They are in our dances, in our costumes, in our music, in our poems that we dance to. And so here also you see the symbols of Shiva and Shakti, different symbols. Shakti holds a lotus in her lower arm, but a sword. So power and beauty go together. They are not separate. And in the right, Shiva holds the damaru, drum, on the trident. Again, the beautiful sound, the grace, and the power of the trident. And on top, he holds the chakra, the discus, which usually Vishnu also holds, the time. And as Shiva danced, he whirled, time started, and space was covered with vibrations. Next. Next is me, of course. We dance this very often. And in fact, Shankaracharya, our 8th century sage, seer, sadhaka, his Ardhanarishwara Stotram is very, very famous. We recently danced it in Nalanda University. And here, Shiva and Shakti separately as a couple. And during our Hindu marriages, always this example of Shakti and Shiva, Parvati and Shiva is given. May you be as happy in your marriage as Parvati and Shiva. And here Shiva is a householder, very beautiful kalamkari from the south. And if you had not noticed, I have brought Nandi, the bull vehicle of Shiva, playing on the drum. So there is nothing, not even gods, who do not play on some instrument or other and who are not dancing. Let me here, just wait. Let me here just give you the order of who plays what. Shiva plays the damaru. Parvati, she dances. Nandi plays the drum. Vishnu also plays the drum. Saraswati plays the veena, you'll see her later. Lakshmi, you will see her later, plays the cymbals. And Brahma chants the Vedas, the literature, the text to which they dance. And all the saints and seers dance. Whether it is Narada, whether it's Chaitanya, whether it's Shankaracharya, whether they are up in the sky, up in heaven, or whether they are on earth. They are all dancing. Next. And Shiva is householder. It's so beautiful. Even if they are gods, the divine beings, we have ascribed our ideas on them so that everyone can understand, everyone can connect. They are in heaven as well as with us. So the mega and the mini, the abstraction of an idea and the actual presentation of the idea happens all the time. And this is also so unique to us. Therefore, even so-called illiterate people in the villages, in the rural areas, the tribals, Everybody is connected to these ideas, to these concepts. They also dance at 3 levels, what you call classical, that's Shastriya, that which comes out from the compendium Natya Shastra, about 2000 years old, the grammar of dance, and the folk at the folk level, and then at the tribal level. All 3 levels also perform to so many of these things, the ideas, the concepts, the songs, the poems, the literature itself. You'll be amazed. I am constantly amazed by my country, even today, because the Odia, the Santhal tribes of Odisha, whom I'd invited once long ago, in the simple Odia Santhali language, they were dancing. And what were they saying? What were they dancing to? This world is a hut, a small jhopdi made of leaves. And there is a constant traffic of birth and death. Come in, go out. Come in, go out. As Shakespeare said, world is a theater. We go one step further. Even the tribals are saying that life is this hut in which we enter and we exit. Others enter and they exit. And the Shakti means the power behind Shiva. The power behind Shiva. Woman is the power behind the man. And as they say, very cliched phrase, WOMAN contains MAN. Woman contains man. Woman contains mankind because she holds the creation within her and she brings it out and then she nurtures it. So in many civilizations, Mother, Matru Devo Bhava, Mother is God, because it is the mother who gives birth to everyone, whether they are political leaders, presidents, scientists, whoever. And from there, I go to Shakti, because Shakti, Parvati, and her in many, many forms. She is the mother who loves the child, but if the child misbehaves, pati. So the discipline of the universe, of the creation, is with Shakti, also giving birth and disciplining. So how does she do it? I had beautiful images of Durga paintings. So Durga Durgati Nashini. She is the one who is called upon by even the gods. Why? Because the imbalance between negativity and positivity, between the darker elements and the bright light elements, which are effulgent, but like darkness tries to cover it. As today, I think in our world, we are experiencing that. The darkness is slowly becoming powerful. And at such times, Durga has to be invoked. And there are beautiful legends from the Puranas. When you say Purana, they say mythology. I'm sorry. The English word mythology is not applicable. Mythology is like fairy tales. Puran is something that happened long ago and is contained in the collective memory. So, when the Rakshasas, the demons and the negative elements, they became very powerful. No god could defeat them. Together also they could not defeat. Then they all prayed to Shakti, please come and save creation. And there she manifested herself. The unmanifest power manifested herself, not itself, herself. And she came riding the lion. Lion is the symbol of the greatest power, of majesty, of splendor. And they all stood. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Indra, Varun, everybody very humbly they requested her. And they surrendered their individual weapons. Please take these. We could not use them to any profit. Please take. She held all the weapons. She was Trishula, trident, Vishnu's discus, and the Prakash, the light of the sun, Varuna's Pasha, all that. And then she went forward and challenged the king of the demons, Mahishasura. Mahisha means the dark black symbol of Mudhata, absolute Jadata, absolute stone here, because of tremendous mountainous ego and arrogance that has no end. And that Mahisha demon king, which had conquered the three worlds. We say three worlds because the heaven and earth and the netherworld. And he said, oh, beautiful one, come, I'll marry you. And she said, okay, but first you defeat me. I said, ha ha, come on. And this is the mistake many a man has made in history. And Durga cuts the Mahisha in the head. Then the actual demon appears and she just pierced the chest with her trident. Mind you, she's not angry. She's just like a mother punishing the errant child. It is absolutely stunning concept that the divinity is there to restore balance. For that, if it has to punish, it punishes. If for that, she has to bring up some, nurture something, she nurtures. It's in the order of a mother, a woman, Stri. And then I had the images of the goddess of beauty and grace and prosperity, Lakshmi. Lakshma means chanchal, not still. It keeps moving. Here now, there now, there. And Lakshmi is shown always seated on a pink lotus. You know, lotus is the national flower of India because it opens to the sun. It emerges from mud, but opens to the sun. And she's seated on a pink lotus, the pink, and she holds pink lotuses in her hand. And she, of course, is giving boon, and she's boon and giving abhaya. So Lakshmi is a very, very naughty goddess. She is the wife of Vishnu, but also she has to be nurtured, worshipped, respected. And we say that never get a painting or a murti of standing Lakshmi because she'll walk away. You always have to worship if you want to keep in your house a seated Lakshmi. Then there is Saraswati with the veena, the beautiful ancient instrument, and the Chaturveda, the four Vedas. Vedas with meaning knowledge, the knowledge, and Akshamala, the rosary. And these are Saraswati's symbols. She is the goddess for knowledge, for wisdom, and of course for beauty. But without knowledge and wisdom, Lakshmi is of no use. She'll walk away. So Saraswati is the one who is invoked in the first Veda, Rig Veda. And there is also a river named Saraswati. There is no Ganga in Rig Veda, there is Saraswati. And on the banks of this river, on both banks, there are ashrams of rishis, seers, seekers. Seekers of Vidya went there. And therefore Saraswati is also seen as a goddess of knowledge. Now I come to, there are several other takes, on all these things. And I remind you again that all these goddesses and gods and the stories and the legends and the events and the episodes are danced again and again and again in all the 8 dance styles of India, Shastriya, classical so-called, in all folk dances of India, in all tribal dances of India, in all paintings exist, paintings which are classical, which are folk, which are tribal. They exist in every sculpture temple. They are there in every puja, our worship. They are also shown, as I said, on the saris, on the cloth, woven or painted or appliqued. I mean, as I said, we live with them, they live with us. We are one family. There is not this ha 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 ho, ho, ho. It is, yes, yeah, hug me, mama, mother, be with me. I want you here. This is the kind of demand also that we can make. And I do make personally. So then I want to come to the beautiful, wonderful, wondrous elephant-headed god, Ganesh. Actually, there's a story about Ganesh also, that as a child, he was errant and Shiva, the father, Lord Shiva, cut off the head. Cut off the head meaning cut off the arrogance. The little boy had become very arrogant and put elephant head, a baby elephant. Why baby elephant? Why elephant? Elephant is not only a mountainous animal, but we worship elephant. It has long memory. We say elephantine memory. It does not brook any obstacle. It walks and it removes whatever comes in the way. But elephant is very affectionate. Elephant live in groups, and the mother elephant protects the baby elephant like human mother protects the baby. Here I have in my bungalow a lot of monkeys, and I've seen how the monkey mother, how the little baby is either here on the tummy holding on or on the back, and if the baby comes here and there and say, mother catches and puts it back. So this elephant head of Ganesh is very symbolic, and he got the boon after being punished. The parents always show affection and give blessing after being punished. That they punish the child. And Lord Shiva gave the boon, the blessing, that you will always be worshipped first among all the gods in any ritual or ceremony. And so today also, we first worship Ganesh. We seek the blessings for our programs, at the weddings, at any celebration. Then I want to bring you to another absolute phenomena, Krishna. If I show the flute, everyone understands who I am talking about. At least the Indians and those who are joined with ISKCON or any such movement, they will know. So what is the flute? The flute is the music of the spheres. The heard, more importantly, the unheard melodies. Spherical melody. And that is a simple bamboo. And what emanates, as our Puranas tell us, as our stories tell us, that tune, that melody mesmerized the entire world. And where is that entire world? As baby child Krishna was very naughty, as every child is, and would steal butter and buttermilk, and sometimes even as a baby, babies even today do, they need some tuna, lime element in their system. So they will take lime from the wall, or they will take some dust. They want to taste and experience everything. So Mother Yashoda caught the little baby Krishna. I said, hey, what are you doing? Naughty one? What have you put in your mouth? Open your mouth. No, I've not done anything. Open your mouth, come on. Otherwise, and little baby Krishna crying, open his little mouth. And as Mother peered in, she passed out. She saw the entire universe, the planetary systems, the Milky Way, nakshatras, grahas, everything there. She passed out. Krishna became baby again. So when people talk about the black hole, I say the symbol of this story, the black hole, entire universe contained within. Even today, the scientists don't know, astrophysicists don't know what are the black holes. They only know that they can swallow galaxies. But where they go, where is the tunnel opening, in which universe, we don't know. So Krishna is that unknowable mystery, also the divine mystery. That then he is also the great lover, the flute player. Radha, Krishna are the symbols of absolute unconditional love. And although Radha, Krishna is historical, Radha is not. But unless you say Radha, Krishna is not happy. This is something, that is amazing. But also the message that the woman is always to be invoked first. Shakti is to be invoked first. Then comes the Shiva, then comes Krishna, then comes anyone. And this is the same Krishna who has given the message of the Gita, Gitopadesh. Today, our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji, is present to every state guest, every head of state, is Bhagavad Gita. It has been translated into more than 100 languages. And this is the message of Sri Krishna. And here is Sri Krishna as the charioteer of Arjun, but charioteer actually of our lives, of the cosmic life. He's a chariot, he's the charioteer. And the biggest message is Karma Yoga, as they say. Whatever you do with excellence. You do also without expecting any fruit thereof, meaning, oh, if I do this, I'll get a certificate. If I do this, I will earn more. If I do this, I'll become a minister. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadashana. Don't think of the fruit, do your work. And do it with whole heart, with excellence. And that is Karma Yoga that I think dancers perform actually on stage. Because unless we are at the top of our form, physical, emotional, spiritual form, nothing goes out, nothing is conveyed. It's like a machine. Yeah, you are beautiful with makeup and all that. But what is shared? What do people take back? And this is where the dance speaks. Dance manifests the deepest meanings of our philosophy. I will end now with, because I think some time has gone in that little thing. Nietzsche, the German philosopher, says, I will not believe in a God who does not dance. And this is the belief he got from India. Like Schopenhauer and Kant and Hegel and so many more from the Upanishads or from the Puranas. And then I have also written that the concept of sukha and dukkha, and this comes from the Buddhist philosophy. I had a little, I can't say I had a discussion with His Holiness the Dalai Lama, but after one of his meetings, after one of his discourse, and where dukkha is what Buddha says, sansara is dukkha. And I said, Your Holiness, I beg to differ from Buddha. For me as a Sanatani, sukha and dukkha, sorrow and happiness, are just the two parts of the same coin. But again, it is not the coin that we use. For us, Ananda is the bottom line. Ananda, as Ambassador Mishra said, Sat-Chit Ananda, the deepest point where the ocean is sthir, the deepest. Nothing moves there. It's only the ripples on top. Sukha, dukkha, sukha, dukkha, happiness, sorrow, happiness, sorrow. It happens there. But as you go deeper within yourself, all this, I mean, okay, it's there. Yeah, you cry, you laugh, and you say, ha, ha, hoo, and you're angry, and you're there. Okay, all the navaras, the 9 moods come there. But finally, that is natak, that is a play. You are part of a play. Inside, you are still. And this is what Indian dance gives us. So much sthirata, so much equanimity, so much tranquility. And from that tranquility emerge all the movements. It is the centrality, as again Ambassador said, which is the key. And this key has given rise to our arts, especially performing arts, and that to dance. And not for nothing, Shiva is called Nataraja, Lord of Dance. Not of songs, not of Vedas, not of painting, not of medicine. Gitaraj, Vaidyaraj, Netaraj, no. Kaviraj, no. Nataraj. And that is where we connect with the world at that point, that we give of ourselves and receive from there, and we become the medium to share, to convey. Again, we receive it, we convey, again it comes. So again, I would say that no dancer or artist worth her or his salt would ever be arrogant, because we are only the medium. We are only carrying forward. We are a small link in the eternal chain. And I'm very proud and very happy to be part of that chain. And I pray that we are able to share this beauty, this equanimity, the ideas, the concepts of our dance, our philosophies, and convey them to the world, again, without any arrogance, just as a sharing. We all need it, because there's so much going on. This, that. We don't need it. What we need is to thank for the multiple blessings we have, and to share the Satyam, Shivam, Sundar. Thank you.
Sonalji, I simply have no words to express our profound gratitude. It was such a mesmerizing presentation, and I have read many books on Indian dance and music and sculpture and Purana, but I can't think anyone else who could have presented such a harmonious synthesis of the essence of Indian philosophy, Indian art, Indian dance. We are so touched. I really, I was taking so many points to note, like the way you have expressed it, the interconnection between all different forms of philosophy and the relevance of Purana and the ancient and the modern, the contemporary. Like, it's incredible. What you have shared with us today is very profound and hugely valuable for our society today.
Yeah, I'm just saying that thank you so much for your very, very, very sweet, charming, kind words. And I hope that I've been able to convey something. And I always enjoy talking about our arts, our performing arts, my dance. Yes. Dance is actually my guru. Dance is my guru. Thank you so much, Ambassador Mishra.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
very kind.
Congratulations for starting this series, and may it really reach higher and higher, and may it spread beauty among the listeners.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Namaskar.